Smiley.
Here.
Hamel.
Here.
And Murphy here. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and skip down to 4. Rudy's not in here yet, and we'll get this out of the way before, if that's okay. Discussion and possible action regarding adding Mark Skinner as receiving officer for District 1. And that is kind of an emergency deal because Ethan's had to be quarantined.
And my foreman's mother, receiving officer, and he had to leave town for emergency, and he will be quarantined when he gets back.
So we need him as a receiving officer for D1. So,
Will you call Jennifer and have her bring that down? It's on my other clipboard.
well, we're gonna go ahead and
But
make a
yeah,
motion
you can
then.
go ahead and make a
I'll move that
motion.
we do so.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Shall
Oh.
we just want me to run up there and get it?
Yeah, that'd be okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, number 3, discussion and possible action regarding the coronavirus and our implementation of a policy here. After looking over that Dewey County deal, I actually thought that it kind of fits. It was a sheriff's deal, but I think it's, this is my
That's just,
turn.
you got
I-
it. Okay, okay.
Here's the one
Yeah, okay,
we got. Oh, wait, there's another one and it mentions what we're gonna add to it.
okay.
Did you guys see Jerry Stone's thing this morning that had all those different counties and what they were doing?
No.
I didn't look, I seen the email, but I didn't open it.
No, a lot of his stuff I can't open on my phone.
Oh, well.
I mean,
use
some
my
I
numbers.
do, some I do. Well, and here is my thoughts on this, the kind of using that Dewey County to get the basics going on that. My suggestion is we follow this, and it's gonna give a meeting room by appointment with any elected official
Yes.
for an in-person deal with appointment made by the phone. We're gonna use the north end of this conference room, put 2 tables and 3 chairs in there, max, for the time being, and I want it petitioned off, and then anybody that uses it, is so they can't get to the south end close to the 911 equipment. The north end should be adequate, and it's easy then to scrub down and clean up when they're finished with the meeting.
Right.
And I think that part was in this Dewey County deal. The part we need to add is that
That'll work for everybody though, right?
I mean,
Yeah, we discussed it when I got back up there yesterday, and we're gonna try and do everything over the phone. We'll make it work except for if it has to be a freeze, and then we have to actually see documents. where we have to-
Well,
And if
as-
we have to run out to their vehicle to get a signature, we'll run out to their vehicle. to
as
get a
this
signature.
is, there are a lot of unknowns here.
Yeah,
There isn't any of us know, but we might need to meet with
Right.
somebody
right,
first.
just in case, that's good, yeah.
So that's kind of our plan.
Okay.
Now, moving forward, Steve is building a petition down there in every office, but the 911 is gonna have a drop box in the, well, your mail's gonna come down
No,
there. It,
Well-
oh, okay.
But that way, if we would get to where we had to lock everything down, Jennifer could put you guys' paperwork in there and you could put
Or
your
if-
paperwork
or
in there,
if-
just in case.
If somebody from the outside wants to mail something or
Bring
drop
something
something
to
off
you.
That's
to
fine,
you,
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just
you
gonna
will have
say,
a box there
basically.
with
That's fine.
assessor on
Okay.
it. For
In case you.
That way,
Just
all
in
the
case,
offices.
whatever. Everybody's gonna have one of those. And it'll be in the hall between OSU Extension and Sheriff's Office.
And we're
Yeah.
gonna have a UPS, we already set it up, UPS and FedEx drop off and delivery box right there by the sheriff's office too. So that they can drop it off, and because they're not gonna require signatures, they've already sent out a deal saying they don't require signatures. And that way they're not coming into the rest of the courthouse either, so, yeah.
All right, and the next thing I want to address is the traffic in the 911. Ashley has suggested her box will be, Rudy, out in this hall.
Okay.
And she wants to prohibit, right here, John, prohibit any more traffic in there than possible and documents be exchanged out there. And she wanted to buy that door. I wanted to talk to her again, maybe if a deputy brings something down there, he buzzes.
I think Keith and her had a discussion yesterday
Okay.
afternoon, so I think we've got it worked out.
But ambulance, it also affects the ambulance people and the PD.
Right.
So anyway, that's, but we're gonna try to eliminate the traffic in there with those girls.
Okay.
As much as possible. So that's the plan on that. Anything else from you all?
I would mention that Joe Samskull from the post office this morning, her carrier came by, wasn't able to get in. If it's okay with you all, what we're gonna do is have him buzz our back door, we'll collect all the mail and just bring it to the individual offices, if that's okay with the
Until those
officers.
boxes are-
Until the
It is,
boxes.
but when that petition's built, I anticipate that door there to be open and that petition stop to come in,
Okay, well, he can still bring it into our office, and then if it's okay with all, you will.
no, I mean, that hall between Rudy's and
Oh,
OSU Extension, those doors there
Right.
would be,
Remain.
Unlocked, yeah.
And one of my guys is gonna go over and collect the mail when he gets back to the post office this afternoon, collect all the mail, and we'll bring it in and then get to the correct offices.
Oh, you're gonna collect all of our mail?
No,
For
not for the
today.
boxes, not out of the PO boxes.
Yeah, just the
Just
one
what
would
is
come by
normally
just
carrier.
the
delivered.
delivery
Okay,
stuff.
yeah.
And that's,
Some offices are still getting delivered.
yeah, that would be just for today, but we will collect it until the boxes are installed.
Okay, anything else for elected officials? Greg, you got anything?
No, we're on board.
Okay.
It's just gonna, some of this we're gonna have to play out by ear.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
Well, the last thing, and you might as well listen to this, Rudy, so if the public hits you up or whatever. And John hadn't been here, and we've talked a little bit, I talked with Brian about this. I'm in favor that they came out with a new open meetings law. And all it did, it really didn't change anything to speak of, except you could teleconference it, or live stream it.
Skype stuff.
I'm in favor we continue as usual on Monday mornings and open this hallway door with the petitions down here where people have to come in to only this office. We meet here just like normal, but we limit it to 10 people in this room. Brian said then if there was more than 10 people showed up, we could put an iPhone here and put them in the conference room or whatever, and they could hear the deal.
Okay.
All right, is any changes or anything you think need to be at, or do you not want to do that?
It just depends. I mean, if it comes to our county, I'd say we need to, but it's just, it evolves. I mean, I hate to say something and then not have to do it.
Well, I think we could change it, but
Yeah.
I'm
That's all I'm concerned about is,
it's just.
I just soon not have a meeting with somebody that comes from a hot county just because they want to come in here and chit chat. I just should not be exposed. But there really ain't no way.
Not with an open
Where you
meeting still.
been?
They
How
did,
you
Well,
been there?
Could we
they
not-
didn't change it to that.
If we have a stranger show up,
Huh?
could we not tell them we're just gonna video conference? Because
I think it is, according to the text of this new Senate bill, as long as you've announced in advance that the teleconference is an option, then, yeah, you could,
Well,
you could require that.
and one thing, when Grant gets back, we might have him at least get it figured out where we could do the teleconferencing, just in case, God forbid, that two of you would be sick at the same time, and we couldn't have a meeting that was a very important, like payroll meeting or something like that,
Yeah.
And that way we could it's not that I want to use it each time, but we don't want to have to do it at the last minute, like at 9 o'clock Monday morning, that we're going to have to be able to, we need to have it where we could do it.
I think it's
Access it.
important we have meetings every Monday if possible.
Oh, yeah, I do too,
Well,
and I think we need to have this
it's
on
not
there.
eliminating
If
those.
we can't have
It's,
one, why? I mean, that's a different story.
But the way I read this, it's not just the teleconference between us.
No,
It is,
Right.
this
It's for the
thing has
public.
to be live streamed
live stream.
for the
That's
public
what's
and
gonna be
not
hard.
on Marion's video, YouTube.
Right.
Has to be, they
Live
have to be able to hear
Access it.
the meeting, if they want to.
Right.
Just like the open meetings allows them to come in here and hear us talk.
Right,
And
right.
it's really a separate issue about if one of you all, to have a quorum, one of you all can't be here physically. This Senate bill addresses that and says it's permissible for one of you
Be on
all
the
to appear
phone,
by
just
phone.
Yeah.
But the requirement is you have to do a roll call every 15 minutes to assure that the
Sure, that
quorum's
they're
still-
listening.
That they're still there,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
That's
I
good to know,
skipped
'cause I
over
wanted
all
to
that
know.
because I didn't wanna,
Never happened.
when I got to the bottom about we could continue to do this with
Right.
the rules, that was, the 10-person deal was, but I don't think we have adequate room in here to have any more than 10 in here, but I'm good with that.
Right.
Putting the overflow if it does happen in the other. I don't know if we can control unless we put screen, we do have the ability, if we want to designate, if Rudy can get one of his deputies or something and set them at the door and we temp everybody that comes in here.
And the other, you also have access to bigger meeting rooms if you had.
Yeah, right.
You can be in the courtroom or you can.
But what John brought up was somebody hot from another county shows up.
And gives it to all of us, and we take it all home.
I think the only ability we have there is to screen them at the door.
Mhm. Well, and that's hopefully that won't happen. If it gets to our county, which I don't know if it will, but we take different precautions if it actually here.
Well, if things happen differently, there's nothing saying we can't change this protocol, is there?
No,
Yeah.
it's all based on an emergent situation, which changes.
We got a plan. If it changes, we can evolve it.
But I think that our meeting deal is important for the public to know that we are trying to avoid anything, and we need to get it out there how we're gonna handle it for the time being.
Right.
Definitely so.
Okay.
And is that, okay, all the things we talked about, have I got a motion that we approve those things, or is there anything else?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Renette, I mean, were you good with this?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, all right, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. We got a motion, we adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
We're done.
Is that-
Can you copy that?